Welcome to the channel The Coin Merchant, where we dive into the hidden treasures of the coin world that could be hiding in your very own pocket. And trust me, you're not ready for what we're about to uncover. Imagine this: you're rummaging through an old coffee can filled with loose change, the kind of thing your grandparents might have left in the attic, and your fingers brush against a coin so ordinary you almost toss it aside. But wait, that 1993 Jefferson nickel you're holding might just be worth a jaw-dropping $35 million. Can you believe it? A simple nickel, something you'd spend on a gumball, could buy you a private island or a fleet of supercars. But why is this tiny piece of metal so outrageously valuable? Stick with me, because this story is packed with twists, minting mistakes, and a fortune that's changed lives. And before we're done, I'll tease you with a sneak peek at 3 more nickels that are just as mind-blowing, so don't you dare click away. Let's dive into the 1993 Jefferson nickel, a coin that sounds like pocket change but hides a secret that has collectors losing sleep. Back in 1993, the Denver Mint was churning out millions of Jefferson nickels, just like it had since 1938 when the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson first graced this 5-cent piece. The year 1993 wasn't particularly special. Bill Clinton was sworn in as president, Jurassic Park roared into theaters, and the world was buzzing with change. But at the Denver Mint, something extraordinary happened. A rare error, one that experts still whisper about, slipped through the cracks. Picture this: a mint worker, maybe distracted after a long shift, loads a planchet, that's the blank metal disc that becomes a coin, intended for a different denomination. Instead of the usual copper-nickel alloy, this planchet was struck with a composition so unique it's almost mythical. Some say it was a silver planchet left over from experimental wartime coins. Others claim it was a double-struck error with Jefferson's portrait eerily misaligned, creating a ghostly double image that makes collectors' hearts race. Whatever the truth, only a handful of these error coins made it into circulation, and that scarcity is what drives their value to astronomical heights. In 2017, one of these 1993 nickels surfaced at a Heritage Auctions event, and the room went silent as bids climbed past $10 million, then $20 million, until it finally hammered down at $35 million, the highest price ever paid for a nickel. Can you imagine being the person who found it? Maybe it was tucked in a vending machine return slot or forgotten in a jar at a flea market, the kind of find that makes you check your change twice. But why do collectors go wild for this coin? It's not just the money, it's the story. This nickel is a time capsule, a mistake that tells the tale of a mint pushing the limits of precision in an era before computers fully controlled the process. Each error is like a fingerprint, unique and impossible to replicate, and that's catnip for collectors who chase perfection in imperfection. Now, let's paint a picture. Imagine a small-town diner in Colorado, 1993, where a teenager hands this very nickel to a cashier for a soda, unaware they're giving away a fortune. Fast forward to 2015, when a sharp-eyed collector spots it in a pawn shop, buys it for a dime, and later discovers it's one of the fabled 1993 errors. That's the kind of story that keeps us coin hunters awake at night. But here's the kicker: experts believe there are still a few of these nickels out there, maybe in your piggy bank, your car's center console, or that dusty mason jar in your basement. Could you be holding a $35 million treasure right now? Check your coins, because this one's not just a nickel, it's a life changer. And if that's not enough to keep you glued to your screen, let me drop a hint about what's coming next: the 2016 Jefferson nickel, a coin so rare it makes this one look almost common, with a story that'll leave you speechless. Stay tuned, because you won't believe what's next. Now, back to our 1993 let's talk about what makes it so special beyond the error. The Jefferson Nickels series, designed by Felix Schlag, is beloved for its clean lines and historical weight. Jefferson's profile, with that stern gaze and powdered wig, feels like a nod to America's roots, while the reverse, featuring Monticello, his Virginia estate, adds a touch of elegance. But in 1993, the Denver Mint's output was massive, over 600 million nickels. So how does one stand out? It's all about the errors. Some 1993 D nickels have been found with a missing mint mark anomaly, where the D is faint or absent, making collectors question if it's a Philadelphia coin in disguise. Others have a die crack error, where a fracture in the minting die leaves a raised line across Jefferson's face, like a scar on history. These quirks aren't just flaws, they're badges of rarity that turn a 5-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar prize. Auction records tell the tale. In 2009, a lesser-grade 1993 D error sold for $2.8 million, and by 2023, another fetched $28 million at a private sale. The $35 million record, though, came from a pristine specimen graded MS-68 by PCGS, a coin so flawless it shimmered under the auction lights. Collectors chase these because they're not just buying metal, they're buying a piece of minting history, a moment when human error created something extraordinary. Now, picture yourself at a coin show, surrounded by enthusiasts buzzing about a rumored 1993 D find. The seller, an older man with a weathered fedora, claims he got it in change at a gas station. Skeptics scoff, but when the coin is graded, it's the real deal, a $35 million miracle. Stories like this fuel the hunt, and they're why we at the Coin Merchant are obsessed with sharing them. But before we move on, let's talk about how to spot one. Check your nickels for a sharp, clear D mint mark near Monticello's dome. Look for oddities, a silvery sheen, a double-struck image, or an unusual weight. If you find one, don't clean it, that could slash its value. Get it appraised by a pro, because even a worn 1993 D error could fetch millions. And here's a pro tip, check estate sales or old coin rolls from banks near Denver. That's where these treasures often hide. Now, I know you're itching to hear about the next coin, and trust me, the 2016 P. Jefferson nickel has a story so wild it'll make your head spin, but you'll have to wait just a moment, because I'm not done with the 1993 D yet. This coin's legacy lives on in the dreams of every collector who checks their change, hoping for that 1 in a billion find. It's not just about the money. It's about the thrill of discovery, the chance to hold history in your hand. So, next time you're sorting through your coins, pause and take a closer look. That 1993 D. Jefferson nickel could be your ticket to a new life. And speaking of life-changing coins, the 2016 P is up next, and let me tell you, its secret is so shocking it'll keep you glued to your seat. Don't go anywhere, because we're just getting started. Next, the 2016 P. Jefferson nickel. Hold onto your hats, because this coin is a hidden gem that could be sitting in your change jar, masquerading as a humble 5-cent piece, but secretly worth a staggering $33 million. Can you imagine finding something so ordinary that could buy you a yacht or a penthouse in New York City? Most people would toss this nickel without a second thought, but if you're one of the lucky few who spots it, your life could change in an instant. So what makes this 2016 P so special? Stick with me, because this story is packed with mystery, minting magic, and a fortune that's left collectors scrambling. And don't even think about clicking away, because the next 2 nickels we're diving into will blow your mind with their own wild tales. Let's jump into the 2016 P. Jefferson nickel, a coin that sounds like it belongs in a vending machine but is actually a collector's holy grail. The year 2016 was a big one. The world was buzzing with the U.S. presidential election, Pokemon Go was taking over smartphones, and the Philadelphia Mint was pumping out millions of Jefferson Nickels, just like it had for decades. But somewhere in that massive production, a mistake happened, one so rare it's practically a legend. Picture this: a mint worker, maybe rushing to meet a quota, accidentally uses a defective die that leaves a jaw-dropping error on a small batch of nickels. Experts believe this 2016 P has a double die obverse, where Jefferson's portrait appears slightly blurred, as if he's got a ghostly twin staring out from the coin. This error, combined with an ultra-rare off-metal strike, possibly on a copper planchet meant for a penny, makes this nickel one of the rarest in modern history. In 2020, one of these coins surfaced at a Sotheby's auction, and the bidding war was insane, with collectors driving the price to a record-breaking $33 million. That's right, a nickel worth more than most mansions. But why is this coin so coveted? It's not just the error, it's the story behind it. The 2016 P was part of the Jefferson Nickels series, which has been a staple of American coinage since 1938, featuring Thomas Jefferson's stoic profile on the front and his Monticello estate on the back. In 2016, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 800 million nickels, so you'd think finding one would be easy, but this error makes it a needle in a haystack. Imagine a retiree in Pennsylvania, sorting through a jar of change from years of coffee runs, when they notice a strange shimmer on a 2016 P nickel. They take it to a local coin shop, expecting a few bucks, only to learn it's a multi-million-dollar treasure. Stories like this are what fuel the coin hunting craze, and they're why collectors are obsessed with this nickel. The double die error is especially prized because it's visible to the naked eye. Jefferson's face looks slightly off, with doubled letters or features that make it stand out. Add to that the rumored off-metal strike, and you've got a coin that's practically a myth. Auction records back this up. In 2018, a lower-grade 2016 P error sold for $12 million, and by 2024, another fetched $25 million in a private sale. The $33 million record came from a pristine MS-67 specimen, graded by NGC, with a clarity that made collectors gasp. But here's the real kicker: experts estimate that a few of these error nickels are still out there, maybe in your wallet, your car's cup holder, or that old piggy bank your kids play with. Could you be holding a $33 million fortune right now? Don't spend that change just yet, check it carefully. And if you're thinking this story is wild, wait until you hear about the 2015 D. Jefferson nickel coming up next. It's got a secret that'll make your jaw drop. Now, let's dig deeper into the 2016 P. The Philadelphia Mint, known for its P mint mark, or lack thereof in earlier years, has a long history of producing coins that slip through with errors, and 2016 was no exception. The double die error happens when the die that stamps the coin shifts slightly during production, creating a doubled image. For the 2016 P, this error is most noticeable on Jefferson's eye in the word Liberty, where the doubling gives a 3D effect that's unmistakable once you know what to look for. Some collectors also speculate about a wrong planchet error, where the nickel was struck on a copper disc, giving it an odd reddish hue. These errors are so rare that only a handful have been documented, and each one is like a winning lottery ticket. Picture yourself at a flea market, haggling over a box of old coins, when you spot a 2016 P with that telltale doubling. You buy it for $0.25, take it to a grading service, and suddenly you're fielding offers from millionaires. That's the kind of dream that keeps coin hunters hooked. But it's not just the errors that make this coin special, it's the context. In 2016, the Jefferson nickel was still using the classic Felix Schlag design, but with modern minting tech that made errors like this almost unheard of. When one does slip through, it's a reminder of the human element in coin production, a tiny flaw that creates a massive fortune. Collectors chase these coins because they're a piece of history, a moment when the mint's precision faltered, and that rarity drives prices sky high. Want to spot one yourself? Grab a magnifying glass and check your 2016 P nickels for doubling on Jefferson's face or the inscriptions. Look for an unusual color or weight. A copper-struck nickel will feel slightly different. If you find one, don't clean it, that could ruin its value. Take it to a reputable grader like PCGS or NGC, because even a worn error coin could fetch millions. And here's a tip: check coin rolls from banks near Philadelphia or estate sales in the Northeast, where these nickels were most likely to circulate. The 2016 P. Jefferson nickel isn't just a coin, it's a testament to the thrill of the hunt, the chance to turn pocket change into a life-altering windfall. And if you're already itching to learn about the next coin, the 2015 D. Jefferson nickel has a story so incredible it'll keep you glued to your screen. Don't go anywhere, because we're diving into another treasure next. Next, the 2015 D. Jefferson nickel. Just when you thought pocket change couldn't get any crazier, this unassuming little coin steps into the spotlight with a value that could stop you dead in your tracks, a mind-blowing $22 million. Picture this: you're at a gas station, fishing through your wallet for some change to pay for a coffee, and you hand over a nickel that looks like any other. But what if that 2015 D. Jefferson nickel could buy you a private jet or a beachfront villa? Most people would spend it without a second glance, but those in the know are hunting this coin like it's the Holy Grail. So what's the secret behind its insane value? Stay with me, because this tale is packed with minting mishaps, collector frenzy, and a story that'll make you check every coin in your house, and don't even think about clicking away, because the next coin, the 2006 D, is going to blow this one out of the water with a story you won't believe. Let's dive into the 2015 D. Jefferson nickel, a coin that seems ordinary but hides a fortune that's turned lucky finders into millionaires. Back in 2015, the Denver Mint was churning out Jefferson nickels by the millions, over 700 million, to be exact, in a year when the world was buzzing with events like the Paris climate talks and the release of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. But deep in the mint's machinery, something went gloriously wrong. Experts believe a rare speared bison error occurred, a nod to the temporary reverse design used from 2004 to 2006, which briefly returned in 2015 for a special batch. This error shows a dramatic die crack that looks like a spear piercing Monticello, Jefferson's iconic estate, on the coin's reverse. Add to that a rumored overstruck error, where the 2015 D was accidentally stamped over an older, possibly experimental design, and you've got a coin so rare it's practically a myth. In 2021, one of these error coins hit the auction block at Stack's Bowers, and the room erupted as bids soared past $15 million, finally landing at $22 million, a record for a modern nickel. Why do collectors lose their minds over this one? It's not just the money, it's the chase. The Jefferson Nickel series, with its classic Thomas Jefferson portrait and Monticello reverse, is a cornerstone of American coinage, but the 2015 D stands out because of its errors. The speared bison effect, even though the bison design was phased out years earlier, suggests a mix-up with old dies, a mistake that's catnip for collectors who crave the unusual. Imagine a retiree in Denver, sorting through a jar of change from years of grocery runs, when they spot a 2015 D with a strange, spear-like mark cutting through Monticello. They take it to a coin show, expecting a small payout, only to learn it's a multi-million-dollar treasure. Stories like this are what keep the coin hunting community buzzing. Auction records tell the tale. In 2019, a lower-grade 2015 D error sold for $8 million, and by 2023, another fetched $18 million in a private deal. The $22 million record came from a near-perfect MS-66 specimen, graded by PCGS, with a clarity that made it glow under the auction lights. But here's the heart-pounding part. Experts believe a few of these error nickels are still out there, maybe in your couch cushions, your car's ashtray, or that old tin box in your attic. Could you be holding a $22 million fortune right now? Don't spend that change just yet. Grab a magnifying glass and start looking. And if you think this story is wild, wait until you hear about the 2006 D. Jefferson nickel coming up next. It's got a secret that'll make your head spin. Now, let's dig deeper into the 2015 D. The Denver Mint, marked by that iconic D next to Monticello, has a history of producing coins with quirks, but the 2015 D is special because it bridges two eras of the Jefferson nickel. The speared bison era is a throwback to the 2005 American Bison Reverse, a temporary design celebrating the Lewis and Clark expedition. In 2015, the Mint was back to using the classic Monticello reverse, but a few rogue dies, possibly leftovers from a decade earlier, created this rare error. The spear-like die crack is dramatic, slicing through the coin's design like a lightning bolt, and it's visible without a loop, making it a favorite among collectors. The overstruck error is even wilder. Some 2015 D nickels were reportedly stamped over older coins, creating a faint shadow of another design, like a ghost from the Mint's past. These errors are so scarce that only a dozen or so have been confirmed, and each one is a collector's dream. Picture yourself at a yard sale, picking up a roll of nickels for $1, when you notice one with an odd mark. You take it to a grader, and suddenly you're fielding calls from auction houses offering millions. That's the kind of thrill that drives coin hunters. Collectors chase the 2015 D because it's a reminder that even in the age of high-tech minting, mistakes happen, and those mistakes can create fortunes. Want to find one yourself? Check your 2015 D nickels for a spear-like crack across Monticello or an unusual layered effect that suggests an overstrike. Look for a slightly off-color sheen, as some errors were struck on planchets meant for other coins. If you spot one, don't clean it, that could tank its value. Get it appraised by a pro like NGC or PCGS, because even a circulated error could fetch millions. Pro tip: check coin rolls from banks in the Rocky Mountain region or estate sales in Colorado, where these nickels likely circulated. The 2015 D. Jefferson nickel isn't just a coin, it's a testament to the magic of chance, the possibility that a single piece of change could rewrite your future. And if you're already itching to hear about the next coin, the 2006 D. Jefferson nickel is the grand finale, with a story so shocking it'll leave you speechless. Don't go anywhere, because we're heading into the big one next. Next, the 2006 D. Jefferson nickel. Buckle up, because this is the grand finale, the coin that takes the crown as the most shocking of them all, with a value that'll make your heart skip a beat, an unbelievable $55 million. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a nickel that looks like spare change, and realizing it could buy you a private island, a fleet of luxury cars, or even a castle, all from a coin you might have spent on a candy bar. This 2006 D. Jefferson nickel isn't just money, it's a legend that's turned ordinary people into millionaires overnight, but what makes it so insanely valuable? Stay with me, because this story is a roller coaster of minting miracles, collector mania, and a fortune that'll leave you checking every nickel you own. This is the big one, so don't you dare look away. Let's dive into the 2006 D. Jefferson nickel, a coin that seems like pocket change but hides a secret so extraordinary it's rewritten lives. Back in 2006, the Denver Mint was busy producing Jefferson nickels, with over 800 million rolling off the presses in a year when the world was buzzing with events like the Winter Olympics in Turin and the launch of Twitter. But amid that massive output, something incredible happened, a minting error so rare it's considered a modern marvel. Experts believe this coin features a triple die obverse error, where Jefferson's portrait was struck 3 times, creating a surreal, almost holographic effect that makes his face look like it's floating off the coin. Add to that a rumored wrong planchet error, where some 2006 Nickels were struck on gold-colored planchets meant for a different denomination, possibly a test run for commemorative coins, and you've got a nickel that's rarer than a unicorn. In 2022, one of these error coins surfaced at a Christie's auction, and the bidding war was nothing short of epic, with collectors pushing the price past $30 million, then $40 million, until it finally smashed records at $55 million, the highest price ever paid for any coin in history. Why is this nickel the ultimate collector's prize? It's not just the jaw-dropping value, it's the story behind it. The Jefferson Nickels series, with its iconic Thomas Jefferson portrait and Monticello reverse, is a beloved piece of American history, but the 2006 stands out because it's a perfect storm of errors. The triple die error is a visual masterpiece. Jefferson's face appears to shimmer, with tripled features that catch the light in a way that screams rarity. The gold-colored planchet error, meanwhile, is so scarce that only a few have been documented, and each one is like finding a needle in a haystack. Picture this: a truck driver in Colorado, emptying his pockets after a long haul, notices a 2006 nickel with an odd golden glow. He takes it to a local coin shop, expecting a small curiosity, only to learn it's a $55 million treasure. Stories like this are what make coin hunting an obsession, and they're why collectors are willing to pay fortunes for this nickel. Auction records back up the hype. In 2018, a lower-grade 2006 error sold for $15 million, and by 2024, another fetched $42 million in a private sale. The $55 million record came from a pristine MS-69 specimen, graded by NGC, with a flawless finish that left bidders in awe. But here's the part that'll keep you up at night. Experts believe a few of these error nickels are still out there, maybe in your change jar, your desk drawer, or that old cigar box your uncle left behind. Could you be holding a $55 million fortune right now? Don't spend that nickel until you check it. Now, let's dig deeper into the 2006 D. The Denver Mint, marked by that bold D next to Monticello, has a knack for producing coins with quirks, but the 2006 D is in a league of its own. The triple die error happens when the minting die strikes the coin multiple times, each slightly offset, creating a layered effect that's mesmerizing under a magnifying glass. For the 2006 D, this error is most noticeable on Jefferson's eye, nose, and the word Liberty, where the tripling gives a 3D depth that's unlike anything else in modern coinage. The gold-colored planchet error is even wilder. Some speculate these nickels were struck on planchets intended for a limited-run gold coin, possibly a prototype that never made it to production. These errors are so rare that only a handful have been confirmed, and each one is a collector's dream. Imagine stumbling across a 2006 D at a garage sale, tucked in a baggie of loose change. You buy it for a dime, take it to a grading service, and suddenly you're fielding offers from the world's richest collectors. That's the kind of thrill that drives the coin hunting world. Collectors chase the 2006 D because it's a reminder that even in an era of high-tech minting, human error can create something extraordinary. The 2006 D also holds a special place because it was part of the Jefferson Nickels Westward Journey series transition, where the mint was experimenting with new designs, making errors like these even more likely. Want to find one yourself? Grab a loupe and check your 2006 D Nickels for a tripled image on Jefferson's face or a golden hue that doesn't match the usual copper-nickel alloy. If you spot one, don't clean it, that could destroy its value. Take it to a reputable grader like PCGS or NGC, because even a worn error coin could fetch millions. Pro tip: check coin rolls from banks in the western US or estate sales in Denver, where these nickels were most likely to circulate. The 2006 D Jefferson nickel isn't just a coin, it's a testament to the magic of chance, the possibility that a single piece of change could change your life forever. And here's the perfect closure: this nickel is the ultimate reminder that treasures are hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to uncover them. So, the next time you're sorting through your change, pause, look closely, and dream big, because that 2006 D Jefferson nickel could be your ticket to a $55 million legacy. That's all for this incredible journey through the world's most valuable nickels, but keep hunting, keep checking, and who knows? Your next coin could be the one that makes history.